right now from today's TMJ4.
This is Live at 5.
And right now at 5, it's freezing right now, but it's going to get colder this weekend. A wind chill advisory goes into effect tomorrow.
But the bitter cold arrives tonight. John Milan is here, and this wind chill is going to be dangerous, John.
Well, it certainly is, and some folks are going to get it earlier than others, so don't let the relatively mild temperatures we have right now fool you. The cold air is on the way. We're at 20 right now in Milwaukee, 20 Racine and Kenosha. This is the high temperature of the day. Our high temperature of the day tomorrow will be set in the morning hours with temperatures dropping all day. So right now it feels like about 7 in Waukesha, 9 in Milwaukee. Watch by the morning hours at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is how fast everything will change. 15 below zero wind chill in West Bend. 14 below Waukesha, 9 below in Milwaukee County. It doesn't change much all day. By 6 o'clock on Saturday night, we're still in that 15 to 17 below zero range. And then overnight through Sunday morning, we can see those wind chills drop between 20 and 30. So there is a wind chill advisory for us. It starts at 6 o'clock, runs Saturday night, runs till 10 o'clock Sunday morning for Fond du Lac and Sheboygan County. It's all day tomorrow. It's going to be a very, very cold weekend. I'll be back and sum it up for you in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, John.
And Furnace is going to be working hard this weekend.
Yona Gavino is live to tell us what you can do to keep your house from losing heat. Yona.
Hey, Mike. Hey, everyone. Well, you know what? The top of the house is actually where the most heat loss and heat energy loss is. Check it out right above there. That's actually why the homeowner had an insulated box cover built over the pull-down stairs above the attic. Mother Nature isn't ready to loosen her grip on Wisconsin just yet. The winter skyline sits bleak and gray. Out on the streets, folks rush to escape the biting cold.
But I find that when the temperature dips below a certain point and you get into those sub-zero wind chills, it's really hard to take. I don't know if you ever get used to that.
Inside, consultant Keith Williams does an energy assessment. This blower door shows where air is leaking in.
When you're uncomfortable in the house and the house has got drafts and things, people have a tendency to turn that thermostat up a little bit higher. So the energy costs are skyrocketing as that weather temperature goes down.
Homeowner Chase Kelm bought the house as a fixer-upper.
It's felt a lot better since we did the attic insulation, but we've got the walls to do, and sometimes you can definitely feel it when the coldness is radiating off the walls.
This infrared camera detects heat loss. The walls are uninsulated and show up as blue. In the meantime, you can do other things to cut down on costs, like adjusting your thermostat and tightening your windows to avoid more air leakage.
Now, if they do things that the consultant recommends make the home more energy efficient, you're talking $400, $500, $600 a year. They can actually reduce their energy costs, all depending on how bad the house was to begin with.
And another common sense tip for everyone at home, install a programmable thermostat. That way it adjusts automatically and you don't have to remember to do it. Live in Shorewood, Yona Gavino, today's TMJ4.
Good tips. Thank you, Yona.
Well, the teenager who led police on this high-speed chase in Waukesha County on Wednesday faced a judge for the first time today. Austin Resch faces several charges.
Julia Fellow is live in Waukesha with the latest. Julia.
And Carol and Mike, law enforcement say the chase reached hair-raising speeds, all while the suspect was driving on flat tires. Now a teenager has been charged, and he could face years behind bars.
State versus Austin Resch.
Shackled in orange, this teenager is accused of taking police on a dangerous ride, damaging not only the car police say Resch was driving that included busted windows and flat tires, but 3 squad cars, including this one Germantown police say was broadsided by Resch during the pursuit, which was brought up in court.
The extent of the efforts to elude officers, as well as the risk of harm to others on the roadway.
The suspect is accused of taking off with a missing 16-year-old girl in his passenger seat from Menominee County Park. He's accused of eluding state patrol just the day before the chase. Menominee Falls police dash camera video reveals it took several pit maneuvers and stop sticks to finally stop the suspect. The criminal complaint also states on multiple occasions the defendant traveled in opposite lanes of traffic and multiple vehicles had to swerve into the ditch to avoid being struck by the defendant head-on.
Seemingly doing just about anything he could to evade the officers.
And the teenager was already out on bail for a December case. That's another felony case out of Washington County. As for that 16-year-old girl who was in his car, she has been released to her parents. Reporting live, Julia Fellow, today's TMJ4.
Yeah, he put a lot of lives in danger. Thanks, Julia.
A new development in the Kenosha Casino project. The Menominee tribe says officials in Zion, Illinois are interested in having the casino there. The tribe is asking Governor Walker to reconsider his decision to reject a casino, but the governor says he will not do that. Wisconsin has its first 2 suspected cases of measles.
We're going to know the test results in just a couple of days. Michelle Fiore is here with the latest. Michelle?
Mike and Carol, those cases are in Portage County. And you know, it was just yesterday that Mayor Barrett said with other cases in the Midwest, it seemed it was only time before the measles started popping up here. So Wisconsin's preparing for it. Moms like Joanna Clementi are on measles watch.
Every time a friend of ours is like, oh, my kid's got a rash, they, rush into the doctor, and it's been a little bit of hysteria.
TOSA Pediatrics sees children with rashes all the time. But with measles in the news, parents have been extra cautious.
We're being asked multiple times a day. I'm traveling. My sister in Illinois doesn't vaccinate her kids.
Another question, can we vaccinate early? Typically, the first measles, mumps, rubella shot is given to infants at 15 months.
And right now, there aren't any great recommendations or strong recommendations to change what we're doing. That could change any minute. It could be changing right now.
Dr. Richer says children as young as 6 months can get the MMR shot, but it will have less protection in that age group, so it's best to wait. We still don't know whether the 2 suspected cases in Portage had been vaccinated, but what we do know is that parents do not always comply with the recommended shots. As many as 20,000 children in Milwaukee are not fully immunized. The latest figures show about 80 to 90% of children in southeast Wisconsin are immunized. The goal is 95%.
It is a scary illness, and people should respect it, certainly. And by respect it, I mean go get vaccinated.
And coming up on Wisconsin Tonight, a look at schools in our area and just how many parents have filed waivers to keep their children from being vaccinated. Mike and Carol?
Thank you very much, Michelle. And don't forget, you can get your kids vaccinated free tomorrow at the Keenan Health Center. That's at 36th and Burleigh. The clinic is open from 10 till 2. We have more information on our website, tmj4.com.
James Foley's parents went on national TV this morning to criticize the U.S. policy on dealing with ISIS.
Foley is the Marquette graduate who was beheaded by ISIS terrorists.
Steve Shamraz is here with that story. Steve?
Mike and Carol, the death of Kayla Mueller this week reignited a debate about how the U.S. should deal with hostage takers. Questions being raised about efforts to rescue hostages or pay ransom. Foley's parents said today, whatever we're doing right now does not seem to be working.
It appears to me that the American policy is failing, though. Now, 5 young Americans in the last 6 months have died, whereas their 10 counterparts in Europe are all home.
Foley's father believes a mission to rescue his son was delayed because European countries actually paid ransom for the release of European hostages.
My own opinion, John Foley's only, is that I think rescue was delayed because the European nations, or a military intervention was delayed because European nations were actually negotiating and felt that they could get their citizens home, and they didn't want any casualties in a military intervention prior to getting them out.
President Obama mentioned the murder of James Foley and other Americans in his letter to Congress, asking for war powers to increase the fight against ISIS. Congress is now discussing his request. Mike and Carol?
Yeah, tough to know what to do in this case, but especially tough on the parents of the victims. Thanks, Steve.
Still ahead on Live at 5, the man you see in this video getting beaten up apologizes to the woman hitting him. We're going to tell you why.
And up next, a man buried alive in an avalanche. It's all caught on video. More news now. An avalanche in Wyoming buried a snowmobiler alive. He was with some other snowmobilers when the snow just gave way. You can see the avalanche there. His friends found him. He was buried up to his neck. They feverishly dug him out, and amazingly, He is okay, no doubt, saving his life in the process.
He's lucky.
Wow.
Well, watch what happens at the end of this high-speed chase. The fleeing car slams into a minivan. There it goes. The woman in the minivan actually got out and confronted the driver of the stolen car. She wrestled the driver to the ground. Police rescued him, and now they're calling her Mama Bear.
Wow.
Now, this story does not end there.
Yeah, the carjacker actually apologized to Mama Bear, and she now has a new minivan.
Ray Valletta reports from Dallas.
You know, I'm not just Jessica, I'm not just their mom, I'm Mama Bear.
Jessica Leesman likes her new nickname, courtesy of Dallas police. Officers last night called her Mama Bear after a robbery suspect fleeing from police smashed into her minivan. She jumped out to confront the man.
He was just looking at me. I was expecting something to come out of his mouth and it didn't.
Her van was damaged, but her family safe. Leesman felt lucky.
Oh my God.
Now she's even more grateful. Radio personality Big Al called Southwest Kia. Today the dealership gave her a new car. That's not all. At Dallas County Jail today, an apology from the suspect who caused the crash. We showed it to her.
I apologize to them for this whole incident and the other people that was injured in as well.
I take his apology, you know, God always, you know, says you forgive to be forgiven, right? So I thank you for your apology, I really do.
And tonight, behind the wheel of her brand new van, Mama Bear could not ask for more.
We have some great people here, absolutely. I'm proud to be a Texan.
Don't mess with Mama Bear.
She is very brave, but
Yeah.
that's a happy ending. I like that
Thank
story.
goodness, yeah.
Well, dress warm if you're planning to go out this weekend.
John Milan's chilly forecast is still ahead.
And next, another blizzard for Boston. Where are they going to put all that snow? Another blizzard is hitting the East Coast this weekend. This video from Providence, Rhode Island. Snow collapsed on a roof of a sports center at Brown University.
They also have a lot of snow in New Hampshire. In fact, a gas station canopy collapsed on top of an SUV. A couple of people were actually up on the canopy shoveling snow when it fell. The good news is everybody's okay, but wow, it is a mess out there. And in Boston, they've run out of places to put the snow.
Beth Germano shows us what they're doing.
How many ways to remove snow in Boston? Front-end loaders and crews from Connecticut, the National Guard hitting the neighborhoods, and two giant snow melters borrowed from New York. This one melting 350 tons an hour at a snow farm in South Boston.
You can't see anybody. They can't walk around. You can't drive around. I mean, somebody's got to do something about this.
Boston is trying to import help from everywhere, especially with another storm on the horizon.
People are jumping out behind snowbanks and coming out. Actually, they're ice glaciers now, and we're looking at how we take down those snowbanks.
Snowbanks so high, removal crews can barely pile it higher. They're working the intersections so cars can see into the street and pedestrians can see them.
It's hard. It's like an obstacle course over here. You have to, cross further into the street, so that makes it difficult.
Even removing it is challenging.
The traffic, the foot traffic, and the people that are driving, I mean, especially around rush hour, was pretty crazy.
How long does it take for each intersection?
Depending on the size of the snowbank, I would say maybe an hour or two.
And with snow farms at near capacity, Boston is looking for more space, which will keep the melters operating around the clock. There's even greater urgency heading into the weekend, and every little bit helps.
We have to be a little extra careful, but as long as you take it slow, it's been pretty good.
They've really gotten walloped.
Never heard of a snow farm, but that's where they take all the snow and dump it and pile it up.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Well, the weather story around here, though, cold.
John Milan is here now, and John, they're talking about more snow out east. What are they going to get there?
Blizzard warning starts late tomorrow for Boston, and they could see by Sunday morning 8 to 15 more inches of snow. Just incredible. That'll make it 85 inches over the last 2.5 weeks. A bad situation there, a cold situation here. For tonight, wind chills will drop to 15 below zero by morning. And then on Saturday, the whole day will be blustery, raw, dropping temps from about 8 in the morning to about 3 or 4 at 5 o'clock. And we'll have wind chills to 20 below zero during the day. Tomorrow night, below zero temperatures everywhere, and wind chills could reach as low as 30 below zero. And then still very cold on Sunday. We might even see a few lake effect flurries in the area. So a wind chill advisory goes into effect at 6 o'clock Saturday evening, runs till 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, except for Fond du Lac and Sheboygan. You start at 9 o'clock in the morning. It'll be cold all day and all night for you folks. We've jumped to 20 at Port Washington, Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha. Those are the high temperatures of the day. 21 in Watertown, 25 in Janesville. That's the warmest temperatures there you're going to see in a few days, because our wind chills right now are hanging around 8, 9, or 10 degrees. But watch by morning how quickly everything turns around. 14 below zero for a wind chill in Waukesha, 15 below West Bend, 9 below Milwaukee. They stay in the teens, the wind chills, all day tomorrow, and tomorrow night even worse, anywhere between 15 and 30 below zero. And it is going to be a cold day right through Sunday. Wind chills getting a little better by later in the day on Sunday. Had flurry bands go through. Everything is pretty much over for now. And you can see where the coldest air is coming in right here over Minnesota, pushing through northwest Wisconsin. That's where the skies are starting to clear. Here's the front. Northwest Wisconsin passes through by the morning hours. The windy, cold conditions just barrel in here during the day on Saturday with partly cloudy skies. Cold air sticks around on Sunday. And with high pressure to the north, we might get that little bit of lake effect developing again throughout the day on Sunday. Tonight, 7 degrees, becoming colder late tonight. A flurry is still possible. 7 with wind chills to 15 below zero. Temperatures don't go up very much at all. 8 in the morning hours, dropping into the low single digits by 5 o'clock, and very windy with wind chills all day, 15 below zero. Wind chills could hit 25 to 30 below zero tomorrow night. 4 below is your temperature in the city. 12 below inland Sunday. Still cold, less windy, but we could see a lake effect snow shower or flurry. High 11. Monday back up to 20 with a chance of a flurry or very light snow. A flurry in 17 on Tuesday. 10 on Wednesday, but back up to 20 on Thursday as the winds turn southwest, and 21 on Friday. Right now, it just looks like a cold pattern for the Midwest. We're getting our late winter bit of cold, which we've missed a lot this year so far.
Yeah, but not this weekend.
Poor Boston.
Terrible. Thanks, John.
Next in sports, why the Packers' offensive line might be even better next year.
In seasons past, San Francisco opened huge running holes against the Packers. Mike McCarthy noticed, and that's why he hired former 49ers coach Mike Solari as an assistant on the offensive line.
That line got the job done.
Yeah, well, I was very fortunate, Lance, to be able to work with some real good offensive linemen, and you know, they did a heck of a job there. It's a hard-working group, so it was fun to work with them.
Very smart guy. The Bucks at the All-Star break. Giannis Antetokounmpo in the NBA All-Star Rising Stars game tonight. Now the team is one of the biggest surprises in the NBA. Double the wins of last season. Are the players shocked?
A lot of guys didn't expect us to do what we are doing in this moment, but when the season started, I knew that we're going to play hard. I didn't know where they're going to take us, but I knew what everybody in the team going to play hard, work hard every day, and try to get wins. But this is really amazing. The things that the team have do so far is amazing.
It is amazing. The Brewers pitchers and catchers report to Arizona 1 week from today. A large part of the offense relies on the health of Ryan Braun's right thumb after a cryotherapy procedure late last year.
And the goal is always to be the best player I can be. I've always said as long as I'm healthy, I think success is inevitable. And you know, last year was not a good year, so hopefully I'm able to stay healthy this year and get back to doing the things that I'm used to doing.
And finally, I caught up with CM Punk this week at Rufus Sport. Watch for our exclusive interview tonight at 10:15 as Punk talks for the first time about his transition from the WWE to the UFC.
It's something I've always wanted to do. I kind of, well, I don't. I was going to say I tell people this, but I don't think I've ever told anybody this. If you watch NASCAR and you want to race a NASCAR, but you just give yourself every single excuse in the world as to why you can't do it. Oh, I got a 9-to-5 job. I got a wife. I got kids. I can't afford it. It's expensive. You know, eliminate all that and just go after what you want to go after.
Catch that riveting interview plus the Admirals hosting Rockford tonight at 10.
Somebody won last night's Badger 5 drawing, so tonight's jackpot now $10,000. And the Mega Millions jackpot is $74 million. We're going to have the winning Mega Millions numbers tonight on Live at 10.
Coming up new on Live at 6, a Germantown woman took her dog out for a walk when she passed out. How that pup was able to get help and save his owner's life. An amazing story coming up on Live at 6.
Tonight's primetime lineup begins at 6:30 with Wisconsin Tonight. Then it's Constantine, followed by Grimm, then Dateline NBC, and Live at 10.
And cold for the upcoming weekend. We're going to see wind chills by tomorrow night drop to about 30 below zero. So we already have a wind chill advisory posted. It doesn't start in Fond du Lac and Sheboygan County till 9 o'clock in the morning. And for us, 6 o'clock in the evening, running till 10 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. But all in all, tomorrow is going to be cold all day. You're going to see wind chills close to 20 below zero during the day tomorrow. Very windy also.
Giannis hopes to put on a clinic at the slam dunk contest. Perhaps you can put on a clinic on pronouncing his last name.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
I have worked on that
Excellent
for a long
job,
time.
Lance.
I try.
Very good. Thanks for joining us on Live at 5.
The NBC Nightly News is next, and we'll see you back here at 6.